Good afternoon everybody, Car and Biker here. Just stuck in the Good Friday traffic. Thinking myself lucky I'm not in a car. I think everybody's heading out for the fish and chips. It's a tradition over here that people have fish and chips for Good Friday. I'm not sure what the relevance of Easter and fish and chips is. Don't recall the Last Supper being served with ketchup, but you know. And I'm just riding my bike to dry it off. I've just washed it, and there's no better way of drying a wet bike than taking it for a ride. Well, there might be, you know, there might be, but not that I want to know about. So my lungs are full of ACF 50 smoke. My bottom is slightly damp. I hope that's from a wet seat. And the bike is marginally cleaner than it was before. I say marginally, it's quite shiny. Paintwork looks lovely. All the salt's gone. But it's not Tosh standard. It's definitely not Graham Calvert standard. It's just quite a lot less dirty than it used to be. And while I was getting angrier and angrier washing the bike, I thought, well, at least I've got something to talk about. I hate washing the bike. I absolutely hate it with a passion. There's been one time that I've enjoyed cleaning a bike, and it was the TDM that I did as a project with Tosh. I enjoyed that because we didn't have any inclination to ride it. We just wanted to make it as clean as possible and then make it as good as possible before selling it on. Yeah, it was a restoration job. It had to be as clean as possible. And there was something delightful about stripping the thing down, taking all the panels off, taking the wheels out, cleaning it, repairing bits, painting it, all that kind of stuff. There was something wonderful about that. Knowing we weren't going to ride it, we were just going to do this for week after week after week. But cleaning my own bike, I mean, number one, let's start at the beginning. If the weather is nice, then it's a good time to clean your bike. But it's a better time to ride it. If the weather's miserable, well then it's probably a bad time to clean your bike. So you can't clean it. And you're probably not that bothered about going out and riding it either. But it means there is no weather condition that is right for cleaning a bike. But the actual cleaning process is what drives me around the twist. I always start with the best of intentions. So this morning I got the hose out. I've got my degreaser out, my water-based degreaser, which I have in a big 8-litre spray bottle, like a garden sprayer. So I'll get that out. I'll get my WD-40 out. I've just bought 5 litres of WD-40 in a little spray bottle. So I filled up my spray bottle with WD-40, poured it all over the porch. Oh yeah, forgot to clean that up. I hope Mrs. C doesn't fall over on it. Her parents are coming to visit in about 15 minutes. So hopefully they won't fall over on it. That would be bad, wouldn't it? Slippery tiles on the porch, covered in WD-40. I really should have given that a wipe, I suppose. So I get that out, thinking, yep, spray a bit of that, get the toothbrush, get the rags, got all my rags out, got me cleaning stuff, my snow foam, everything, all ready to go, get the thing absolutely spotless. And I think, yeah, good afternoon of this. And I'm not against that. I mean, I used to be a car person, and then I discovered bikes and realised that cars aren't, you know, they're boring, they're not fast enough. But I used to be a car person. I used to love cleaning the car. I once, when I had my little GT86, I once spent about 7.5, 8 hours over 2 days cleaning it. And cleaning the car was great fun because you get that instant result, and all the oily bits, all the rusty bits, all the nasty bits are underneath where you can't see them. That's why I hate cleaning a bike. Is cleaning the panels takes all of 3 minutes. and then they look sparkly and clean. But then you just take another bit of a look, and there's the inside of the swing arm, that's covered in junk. There's the wheels, you have to get into all them little nooks and crannies, they're all covered in muck and horrible stuff, and if you've used a wet chain lube, they're covered in chain lube. So you have to degrease them first, then you have to get rid of the degreaser, then you have to wash that, then you have to go over them with something to protect them. And then there's the exhaust, and the exhaust's always got a bit of nastiness on, hasn't it? And then there's all the bits behind the exhaust that you can get to with a toothbrush and double jointed fingers. And then you start finding bits of damage, so you always find there's a new chip on the forks I've found today. My centre stand, which I'm not sure if it's aftermarket or not. Somebody let me know if the 500X comes as standard with a centre stand or not, I'm not sure. Or did in whatever year it was this one was made. I've forgotten. I don't even know how old my bike is. Shows you I like riding them. Hello Diane. I like riding them, not cleaning them. Yeah, my centre stand. A little bit more rust on the centre stand, so every time I look at that and I think, well, I'll cover it with some ATF 50 this time just to try and stop the rust getting any worse and keep the salt and the water off it. But I know that's got to come off, and it's going to have to be sanded back and the rust taken off and repainted. And there's just so many little bits. So I start with those good intentions, and what really happens is I spray it with degreaser, rinse it off, spray it with snow foam, rinse that off, titivate it with a brush as I'm doing it and get most of the muck off. And then I think, yeah, I've had enough now, after an hour. And I just kind of think, well, that bit of muck, you can't really see that, can you? That bit of grease, well, it's protecting it, isn't it? If there's a bit of nasty grease there, at least there's no salt and water getting it. And I start thinking, well, I'm only going to come out to dry it off like this and look at the roads. I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera or not, but they're covered in salt. So luckily, because the thing is covered in ACF 50, at least that'll grab the salt and neutralise it. But what I really need, is some kind of tool or chemical, something. You know, we're in 2018 now, 21st century. We should be all Buck Rogers by now. You never saw his spaceship covered in muck, did you? What we need is some kind of thing that you can spray on, and all the grease and all the dirt just falls off. That's what we need. Why has nobody invented that yet? And if they have, what's it called and where do I get it? Because it needs to all fall off, but somehow magically know where the grease should be and leave that in place. Where do I get that spray from? Anyway, that's enough grumbling from me about how much I hate it! I absolutely hate it! Soul destroying job. Thanks for watching everyone. Ride safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon.